I was homeless and lived in my car when I recorded that record.
Is that right?
Yeah, I don't know if any of y'all have ever slept in a Chevy Beretta, but there's not a lot of room in there.
So my friend Jmoon lives in his car, but it's not because he's broke. He's actually the CEO and founder of Budbrick, a company that builds AI autonomous rovers named Emma. She drives around farms and vineyards across the country, scanning plants for viruses that would destroy the farm. His robots are deployed across 14 farms from California to New York, which is why he's hired a team of 3 employees to help him run the company. But you can imagine that when 10 cops showed up at our garage to answer a call about suspicious activity, they were a little bit suspicious about the guy they found sleeping in the trunk of a brand new Tesla. Yes, this actually happened. He woke up to a shotgun pointed at his face. The following is a reenactment of events. So what did Jonathan Moon say to explain himself?
It actually makes a ton of sense to sleep in your car.
Obviously, it's cheaper, but there's a formula to this that most people don't understand. It's called a step function.
The cost of your housing is not directly related to the quality of your housing.
Instead, it goes up in steps.
Think about it. An apartment that costs $1,000 a month is going to feel very similar to one that costs $2,000. You don't really see a massive jump until you start paying crazy prices. If I want something nice in SF that doesn't feel like a closet, it's $3,000 plus a month.
That's $36,000 a year.
In other words, the cost of an entire robot for my company. What we're looking for is something that has way more comfort than what the price justifies. And if you know what you're doing, sleeping in your car punches way above its weight.
Where you park is everything. I get to live anywhere I want. Truck stops are the best bets. You can shower, snack, and everyone's doing exactly what you're doing. At Safeway, I get an entire pantry with a personal chef in my backyard. Sometimes I have to work all day and night on a farm. Not having the internal pressure to go home means I can spend my time however I need. Even if I need to take a nap in the middle of the day, it's cold and dark in my Tesla. But my favorite place to sleep is right here. I think I have the nicest living room view in the whole city. I'm new to San Francisco. Sometimes I look at the apartments below and wonder what it would be like to have a real place here, with cozy string lights and a real bed to feel like I belong in this city. But then I look up and think, I have some pretty nice lights. When I wake up in the morning, the first thing I do is go to the gym.
This is one of the biggest benefits of living in your car. You literally have no desire to stay in. So you don't really need the discipline to wake up and go to the gym. You have to go because you have to shower.
And you have to go early because you have to find parking. This also forces me to go to bed early. No late drinks with friends, no gaming late. It doesn't mean you can't have fun. It just means you become way more intentional with the fun you do have. Finding a good gym is super important. You want one with lots of locations, good open hours, and quality showers, and a non-negotiable towel service. Speaking of which, go to a laundromat.
Every city has a best laundromat. Find it. The best ones take no coins. Since you live in your car, it doesn't matter how far it is. But if you're worried about gas,
you need a Costco membership. $1.50 hot dogs are what paid for Kevin's salary, and cheap gas basically cuts your rent in half. Once you load up, you build your inventory.
The Tesla is nice because it has so much storage. I use a Lost Horizon foam mattress specifically designed for my Tesla. I'm not even joking. I actually sleep better in here than I do in a bed.
In my sub-trunk, I keep my supplies and toiletries. In the front, I have an EcoFlow battery and a Starlink for internet wherever I go. Now these are really expensive, but I already had them for my robot. I try to keep everything nicely organized, so that it looks somewhat presentable. Why?
Listen, you live in your car. I hope you find the right one, but you live in your car. I was still dating while doing this, but full disclosure, I met my girlfriend exactly 2 weeks after I got an apartment. Yes, I have an apartment as of 1 month ago. My company has grown enough, and my life has stabilized enough where it makes sense. I found a place for super cheap that was kind of a steal, so I pulled the trigger.
But I wouldn't give up the last year of living in my car for anything. It taught me so much, gave me opportunities I couldn't have had if I was locked down somewhere. Even more than that, I'm trying to build something massive. And as far as I can tell, every great founder or artist has a story just like this. A period in their life where they had to sacrifice everything. down on their luck and living out of a suitcase.
Okay, to be honest, that's some BS. This shit sucks. I was living in my car. But it kind of feels like a rite of passage. Even though I definitely did not do this for the story, it's still a pretty sick story to have.
Hello.